Welcome back to the Bet Big Talk Loud podcast for Friday, June 5th. I am Chris Hodge. This is JR, decked out in his Knicks attire.
I feel great today, man. I really do. I came in today
You're
pumped.
a front runner.
I don't care. I told you last week. I hopped onto the bandwagon. They got me on a sled on the back like it's snowing out. I'm skidding.
Listen, so
I don't care.
What was it? A couple months ago, not even, you asked me what was the odds that the Knicks would even come out of the East, and I went 0.
0.
Now, I take a lot of heat for this, but that's fine.
You should.
No, you see, I should not, because you're not a real Knick fan.
Okay? I didn't say I am. First of all, I sat up here 2 months ago and said I hate the sport. NBA's terrible. Okay? However, the playoffs have been fantastic, and if you think I'm going to miss an opportunity, it's the first time in my lifetime that we're really going to have a legit shot at winning
you were
a title.
around in 94. Yeah. They were up 3-2 in that series while we were all watching OJ.
I watched it, and this is a true legit shot.
They have a legit shot, but every Knicks fan out there knows what I did, right? Every Knicks fan, see him and his brother, they're big Islander fans. And the Islanders can win 3 games in November, and these guys will come in. They're going to win the Stanley Cup. The Knicks
going all the way.
The Knicks fans, we've been kicked in the dick way too much. We know better, so we just stay silent. We stay quiet. I'm not saying a word.
You could have just done what I did. You take a 25-year hibernation nap. After they lost in, 99 with Camby?
0 shot. It's worked so far, and I move on. And I keep my mouth shut.
All right.
I keep my mouth shut.
You had them getting beat by how many?
Boston. I thought they would lose to Boston. Philadelphia took care of Boston.
How about
for
Atlanta
them.
in the first round?
You know what? Yes and no. Yes, because I don't trust the organization as a whole, but this particular basketball team, they've been fun to watch.
Holy cow.
They've been fun to watch.
They've got me changing my mind. I might actually watch a lot of NBA.
They've been fun
year.
to watch.
They really do.
Let me get to something else that I took heat for. And I took heat for this because of him. I took heat because of him. Let me give you the story. So last year we're on radio, not even on a podcast. We're on radio, Sports Investors Daily, every Saturday and Sunday. And this man, JR, asks me a question where if there was a car that was submerged in water and there was a stranger to me woman and a stranger dog in that car, and I was able to save one of them, who would I save?
It's a no-brainer.
Okay, we'll get to that. Without even thinking, I chose the dog. I stand by the dog. I took heat for it. Chris, you don't care about human beings.
Bunch of wackos on the internet agreeing with you. Yeah.
All right, well, hold on for a second, right? So I heard, Chris, you don't care about human beings. I don't know why anyone thinks that's a knock. I'm looking right in the camera. No, I don't. I hate you all, right? So I really don't give a fuck who you think you're insulting. Doesn't matter to me. Anywho, I took some heat for it. And then what happens this past week? Now, there's been reports that this story isn't true. But did you see the people that were dumb enough to get themselves stuck on a roller coaster?
They weren't dumb enough to get themselves stuck. They got stuck.
They were dumb enough to go on a roller coaster. They got stuck.
So you don't do
Blame
roller coasters
them.
either.
Fuck
so
'em.
do you do any rides?
No, I can't do roller coasters due to the head issues, the concussions. I can't do it.
Before that, did you do it?
I did like roller coasters.
They were fantastic.
They were.
Now
were great.
I just got to the point where I'm too old.
So anyway, a group of people get stuck. The firefighters got to go up 1,000 feet, however high, to rescue them.
Risk their lives.
And now there is a story coming out that someone is suing because she felt she was touched in an inappropriate way.
Come on,
now,
man.
That story has been out there. Galveston, that's where the city it took place in, is saying that is a false claim. But I don't believe the false claim shit. Like, if there's smoke, there's fire. And it would make sense that a bitch of a person who's about to plummet 1,000 feet to her death would sue. So this is why you saved the dog.
Even if he grabbed her by the titties to save her.
Doesn't matter.
And pulled her up.
Yeah.
Like, held onto a nipple just to get her in. Is that inappropriate?
All right,
He's saving her life.
I agree. Here's why.
How about the guy that owns the dog suing the fire department? Oh.
Here's why I would always save the dog. You don't worry about a lawsuit, and you have a friend that loves you forever. I would let the human being splatter all over the ground in 1,000 different pieces before I would let a dog do that. Stranger.
Even if I knew I was going to get sued, I'd still save the human first.
You're a schmuck.
I'm sorry. I give a shit about human life more. And I love my. Actually, you're gonna. I didn't even tell you this. My dog. I've only had her about 2 years. She's about 2.5 years old. She's about 21 pounds. Labradoodle Terrier. So she likes
Labradoodle.
Oh, she's fucking cute. I don't give a shit what you say.
So
if I bring her
all,
in, you're gonna be like, oh my god.
In the words of the great,
I didn't buy the dog. My wife
In the words
did.
of the great Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec, any dog under 50 pounds is a cat.
Oh, okay. I feel the same way. You know, I've giant dogs my whole life. I came home, my wife had this dog. What am I supposed to do? Put it, I can't get rid of it. Whatever. I love the dog. Fuck off. It's a good dog.
I'm sure it is.
We let her out this morning, and she takes off after birds. And my wife was always like, oh, she's never going to hurt a bird. She's never going to hurt. She plays with the butterflies. Pounced on this bird. Fucking, started choking it out.
Okay.
Birds are freaking out. Parents are flying down.
Sent a message. Now you don't have to worry about birds in the backyard
I'm
anymore.
Yelling at the dog. Stop!
Oh,
No!
The dog
I
is
had to
doing
go get the dog off the bird, save the bird.
Fuck the bird.
What do you mean, fuck the bird?
No one cares.
I do.
You're an idiot for. I don't understand.
Yo, I don't want to see my dog murder an innocent baby bird in
You
the
take
backyard.
one out.
What is this? Am I the Indian? Please comment. Tell me I'm not. What is wrong with you?
You take one bird out, all the others learn their lessons. I wish we could do that with human beings.
I'm
take
having
one
work
out.
done in my yard. In my backyard, I had this giant overhang put in, right? So they haven't put in the under part of it yet.
Okay.
I've got a nest. Beautiful homing pigeons. Well, not pigeon, doves, whatever, mourning doves. Red breast, fucking gorgeous. And they're in there. What am I supposed to do? Rip the nest out and kill the babies in it so that I can get my work done?
Nah, but
well, if you're okay with your dog murdering fucking babies.
If the bird is dumb enough, the bird has wings, can fly.
They're learning to fly.
That's
this
the bird's
was
problem.
baby birds
The bird's
coming
problem.
down, parents screaming, oh my God, there's a murderous dog.
Should have been better parents.
Yeah, dog got put inside and was very...
You punished the dog.
I absolutely did.
Terrible.
I didn't do anything bad to it. I just yelled at it. No! No murdering birds!
I got a dog goes out in my backyard, and to watch this thing hunt is crazy. This thing gets on its belly like it's a combat crawl, and just starts
like a cat,
and gets squirrels and gets but
you let it.
Yeah, absolutely, because it wants to hunt. But it actually, once it gets it and kills it, now I got to go clean it up because my wife will never do that, right? The dog will sit right next to me as I'm cleaning this thing up, like depressed. Like, I worked so hard to get that squirrel.
And you're not going to let me eat it?
Right, you're throwing it out. Anyway, yeah, so me,
Is that the black one or the brown one?
That's Sadie. That's
Sadie?
the black one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I stand by. I would save the dog. I will save the dog forever, and it is what it is. And for anyone who gives heat that's saying I hate human beings, I don't know what to tell you. Not that it's not true.
I'm not a fan of people either. My wife always asks me to go places. I'm like, I don't know nobody. She's like, so what?
you're
That's how you
coming
get to know
around.
people. I'm like, I don't like people.
Oh!
But that doesn't mean I want them all to die. I'm gonna run for president. These guys, don't forget, in like podcast number 2, he wants to run for president. Slogan, kill them all.
Everyone dies.
Everyone dies.
Everyone dies.
Like kill them all, whatever.
Yeah, everyone
Same
dies
shit.
with the slogan.
I mean,
and I would have gotten votes.
I know.
You know,
That's the sick part.
Speaking of the people who run for the politicians out there are all a bunch of scams. You know, every one of them. Every one of them. But so there's this story coming out about the Knicks right now, where this is great. You know, New York City obviously has a lot of crime, right? It is what it
you
is.
don't say.
Has a lot of crime. And the crime rates during the Knicks games have dropped like 78%.
I saw that story.
So when the Knicks are playing, no one's killing, murdering, raping, and stealing. We're all watching the Knicks game.
The Knicks just got to play 24/7. We'll get crime down to 0.
I cannot believe that, because this story's been out for a few days now. I cannot believe the politicians, Mamdani and Hochul, these scams of people.
Oh my God.
I cannot believe that they haven't taken credit for it yet.
It's unreal.
Like they haven't.
Oh, you know they're going to come out and say,
to.
crime has been way down for the month of May and June. It just turns out that the Knicks are on a sick run, and every night, crime's down 80%.
Thank you, Jalen Brunson.
That's unbelievable. Wow, he's a special.
So,
kid,
hey, look, tonight's Friday. We're doing a podcast. I don't know if you guys will get this before Game 2 starts tonight at 8:30. We're going to speak about that in just a moment. But figure 8:30 Eastern time to what, 11:30? Good time to be in New York. You don't have to worry about any crime.
You can go out, have some fun. Maybe go down a dark alley.
You know what I want to know? You know what I want to know, right? So it says the stat was 78%. The crime is dropped by 78%. What fucking idiot out there is in the 22%? Like, why are you not watching the Knicks?
I was just going to say, can you just imagine?
Why are you not watching the Knicks?
Think about it. 80% of criminals watch basketball.
Correct.
It's fucking insane.
Fuck the other 20%. What are you doing? Why are you doing it?
I can tell you, those are the soccer fans.
Well, you got the World Cup starting in about a week.
So we're going to have crime down to 0 if the Knicks end the World Cup.
Man, this is great. But I'm reading that stat. I'm like,
God, you killing me.
Man, if I was the judge, I'm like, wait a second. Now, hold on. You went out and robbed during game 2 of the Knicks game? Put this motherfucker away.
He's gone. 25 to life. Stick of gum.
This guy's an idiot. But, it should be, obviously, the Knicks. I took offense, not personally, just at the overall notion. All these things coming out about game 1, and they're all saying the Knicks stole game 1. I did not. First of all, I hate when that is said, right? I did not believe the Knicks stole game 1.
Absolutely not.
The Knicks took game 1.
They were down, I think, 13 at 14, 14, but it was literally just an instant. Like, you blinked your eyes, and all of a sudden it was 5 again. I mean, they went down, and they were missing shots left and right when they went down. It's not like they weren't getting offensive possessions. It's not like they weren't able to get to the hoop. Just nothing was going down. And Wemby definitely creates issues. I mean, every shot's got to have a hierarchy. Every shot's got – they're maneuvering, and I tell you, of all the teams I've watched and San Antonio go against, I feel like the Knicks have really found a way to keep him boxed out, get him away from the offensive possession, let shots get off a little more often. So, for me, I think the Knicks they're better coached right now. They've got better strategy, and they definitely have better athletes. But there's no doubt San Antonio is the best player on the court.
So, the thing with Wembanyama, in the last series against OKC, he was basically guarding Hartenstein.
Yep.
Right? And that guy's not going to shoot a 3, right? You don't have to come out and guard him anywhere near the elbow or, out near the 3-point line. The series before that was Gobert, who can't even shoot layups. Right, so forget that. So Wembanyama for the better part of 2 series, and there are some switches, and you get on different players. That happens throughout the course of the game, but the majority. For the better part of the last 2 series, he's had to guard guys that cannot shoot the ball.
No,
Cat can shoot the ball. Everyone went into this series, and by the way, this is not spoken like a Knicks fan. I am a Knicks fan, I'm telling you. And I'm not really a fan of teams. I've always said, even on this podcast, the one team I've always wanted to see win a championship was the Knicks.
Yes.
That's it. I'm not a big fan otherwise because of our business, right? But I am rooting for the Knicks.
Same.
Right? Okay. Everyone's saying Wembanyama's the problem. Cat's the problem. Because you got to go out and guard this guy. If you don't guard him at the 3-point line, he can make the 3.
That's right.
Numerous times in the last game 1, you saw Wembanyama go out and try to guard him. Cat went right by him.
Right around him. Yep.
Went right by him. So Wembanyama has to work a lot harder. Now, in the last series, what the refs allowed Hartenstein to get away with on Wembanyama was almost criminal. I mean, this guy was holding
him.
I mean,
like
it was,
elbows. I mean, it was violent.
It was criminal.
And he's such a skinny kid. You'd think that at some point he's going to break a rib or something.
And he at one point, I guess, had enough. That's when Wembanyama throws the elbow and he got thrown out of the game. He didn't get suspended.
Right.
Which I don't believe he should have been suspended.
Absolutely
and you guys could differ on that.
No.
But I think the matchup issue actually is Cat for the Spurs.
And I think that it's listen, the Knicks have obvious better bench, right? They've got more depth. They just seem to have better legs. Even when Brunson's not in the game, they're still putting up points. They're still scoring. I mean, not as much, obviously, with his presence, but
Brunson is he's playing really well.
When he got hit in the knee, you can hear New York gasp.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God!
Collectively,
and then you go and you watch the replay. You're like, and you see him coming into the locker room, like kind of bouncing on it. You're like, all right, he'll be all right.
So where are you with this? Again, a little biased from me because they are the one team I've wanted to see win.
Same here.
I am 47 years old, so born in 1979. So let's just go back 50 years. You're 76, 75?
75.
All right, let's go back to 75, 51 years. All right, let's go back to that. To me, and Knick fans, I'm saying the word if. This is Kobe Bryant. Job's not finished. We know that. I'm saying the word if. If the Knicks get this done, to me, it is the biggest championship in New York since 1975. I don't think there's a bigger one.
the Rangers winning the Stanley Cup.
That was important.
That was big, man. That was 42 years in the making. Like, in my
54
house,
years in the making. That was 1940. 1940.
All I know is that I remember watching my father, who, like, every game watched the Rangers. When I was growing up, that man was pasted to every Ranger game and just cursed them at the end of every year. Like, why do I watch this piece of shit team?
Like a fan.
But, and my dad, God bless him.
Yep.
They win the cup. The man did not watch hockey for 25 years.
That was it, right? He saw it all. And now he's a Vegas fan, right?
Now he's a big Vegas fan because he lives out there. But he rode off into the sunset with the Stanley Cup win like John Elway and just called it a day. That's it. I've been tortured enough. They're never going to do this again. So I'm done. Called it out. And it's insane that he's now a Vegas fan.
Well, he lives out there.
And yeah, but still cheers against the Rangers. Like, that was your team, man.
I mean, it is what it is.
They should be at least a solid number 2.
Absolutely. Look, the Rangers in 94, now breaking that curse and what Messier did was insane. Great. But if you look at every other sport in New York, right, you have the Jets and the Giants, so you got a fan base divided. Probably more Giant fans than Jet fans. But if the Jets ever win a Super Bowl,
I was going to say, if the Jets win a Super
it'll
Bowl,
mean a lot to the Jet fans because they've been tortured like unlike anything else.
That might be as big bigger than the Knicks.
But you got to remember something. If the Jets do win a Super Bowl, there's a fraction of people in New York, more than 50%, that hate that.
They do.
Okay. Rangers Islanders. There are more Ranger fans than Islander fans, okay? But if the Rangers win, the Islander fans are going to be miserable. If the Islanders win, the Ranger fans are going to be miserable.
Long Island, I think, has more Islander fans.
But not New York as a whole. Not New York in the city, right?
And then you got Buffalo.
Yeah, that doesn't count. And here we go, Buffalo. They already hate me.
Send the emails.
Every time I go against the Bills.
My daughter got me a Buffalo Sabre shirt for my birthday.
There is never, people out there listening, there has never been a more love-hate relationship with a city and a sports personality, I guess, than me. When I go with Buffalo, when we bet Buffalo, the Mafia loves me. When we go on radio, we give out against Buffalo, you would think I raped and murdered everyone in their family.
I actually feel like calling Secret Service to protect you.
I mean, the emails and the threats that come in, and then the very next week, you know, because these people send us the emails from the same address. I don't care. Like, go fuck yourself, Chris. Hope you die. Shit like that, right? Then the next week, if we're on Buffalo, the same guy will send me an email. Glad you came to your senses. The following week, go against Buffalo, you're an asshole again. I hope you step in front of a bus. It's the great, but that's just not a one-off. That's a lot-off. Happens all the time.
We actually have fun. They're horrible. They're
when I go
funny.
against them, the Bills Mafia.
They're fucking fun, but man, some of them are just nasty.
It's like people. People are nasty.
I'm just not used to it.
You're not used to people being nasty. What world have you grown up? Would you grow up on Pluto?
Listen, I'm not one of those guys that go on the internet. Like, I'm not a social media guy, so I don't know how bad it is, right? And now I see it, right? Since we're doing the show, people suck. They really do.
They suck. And to think that if someone who I don't know was going to send me an email in any which way, shape, or form, wishing death or wishing success, at the end of the day.
But what we do for a living, at least at the level I do it, I got to trust a lot of people.
Sure.
Right? It's a lot of trust both ways. Guys got to trust me. I got to trust them. So I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But goddamn, am I wrong a lot?
Yeah.
People do suck. At the end of the day, I'm like, people just suck.
Yeah. I mean, and look, for all of the customers that we have, you know, we truly try the hardest we can to make sure, you know, people are doing okay. Always. I mean, we've really put our heart and soul into it.
I take it hard when I lose a game or if I have a bad day. I take it probably much harder than I should.
Yep, agreed. But, you know, the whole thing here is, you know, if you look at what's going on in society right now, there's such a difference of opinion. And this is not a political podcast. We're never doing that, right? But
it's still a divided country right now.
It's a divided country, but you're just used to it, right? Like, so if someone like the Bills Mafia, and listen, the Bills Mafia, now I want you to know something, right? I am rooting for you guys to eventually win a Super Bowl. I mean, you guys have been tortured. So I did a podcast to really, you weren't a part of this, to really set off the people from Buffalo, right? Like, I just decided to go fuck with you guys, right? So the podcast was actually named God Hates Buffalo. It's still up. You can go watch it.
What was it, a short?
Yeah, it was a short. Yeah, quick, like 5 minutes, whatever. And I just listed the losses that they had, and you cannot tell me that a superior being actually likes you people. Not even including
They
the
have
9
ice
feet
in
of
their
snow,
veins. That's
right?
why. I don't know. Maybe because they're all frozen in the fucking brain or something.
But I'm rooting. If there was a fan base that I would like to see win because of the torture that you've gone through, it's Buffalo. I have no problem. And Josh Allen, by all intents and purposes,
Love the guy.
is a good human being.
Fantastic guy.
So I would love to see him win. But going back to the point,
What is it that they just can't get they can't win a Stanley Cup? They can't win a fucking championship?
what do you mean? What is it? I just told you what it is. God hates them. I just said it.
Like,
so if the Knicks win, no one cares about the Nets. Like, no one, right? No one in New York cares about the Brooklyn Nets.
they're still New Jersey.
This is how fucking stupid Kevin Durant is. He actually went to the Brooklyn Nets thinking someone gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck. Like, no one gives a fuck about your
Jay-Z
two titles.
was a part of it.
Like, right. No one cares about your 2 titles in Golden State. No one cares, right? When you win in New York, it's different, okay? No one cares about the Brooklyn Nets. The Knicks are different. So you have every other team, Giants and Jets, divide. Mets, Yankees, divide. Okay? Rangers, Islanders, divide. Everyone loves the Knicks.
It's true.
So if the Knicks win, to me, it's the biggest championship in my lifetime.
It's also the most surprise. No one expected it. This came from left field. So now, 12 straight wins of
That's crazy.
plus 10 points or more?
Well, 7 straight on the road.
It's insane.
It's an insane number.
And there's not, I mean, you could call Jalen a superstar, but he's not that superstar, right? Like Jokic,
But he's going to be.
He will be.
If they win this title,
I agree.
He's going to be.
No one expects, because every team that wins over the last 15, 25 years has all got some type of superstar on the team, whether it was Steph Curry, whether it was Kobe Bryant.
I disagree.
Shaquille.
I disagree. I think, is he a top 5 player? He's not, but he's a superstar. And you know what? There is a
When I say super, I'm talking about the guy that's grabbing all the spotlight, like is all over the news.
Well, let him win this.
We've been saying that. I say he's the best point guard in the league, in my opinion.
If they win this, watch what happens. The thing to me, right, with Jalen Brunson, and there was a reporter, I believe the reporter asked Josh Hart this question. And it was a phenomenal question. Usually these media fucks are so stupid. They're just the questions they ask are ridiculous. But this guy asked, he goes, everyone seems to think they're better than Jalen Brunson until it's time to be better than Jalen Brunson. That is a phenomenal way to put that. Because
I'm used to the days. I remember Starks missing. I mean, I think he was 1 for 19, 2 for 19.
2 or 21, I think it was.
Insane.
It was ridiculous.
Insane. Like, just missing. This guy turns it on.
It's crazy
when he needs it. Like fourth quarter, last 5 minutes, just raindrops. It's mind blowing.
And then you listen to the overall stupidity that goes on in life, right? And look, Draymond Green knows more about basketball than you and I combined will ever know, right? He's a great player, a great defensive player. He's a championship. He's a champion, 4-time champion. But some of the things these guys say, I swear you guys, just come out and say you're doing it for clicks. I'd respect you more, because this fucking idiot comes out and says, I don't think a 6'2", 6'3" guard could be a championship. You play with one. Steph Curry is that guy.
Why would you
play with the guy. He's going to be a first ballot all-time Hall of Fame player.
One of the greatest
players. You've won 4 championships with him. Don't tell me you can't win with a small guard. You live with one.
Oh, my God.
I
didn't
mean,
even
what
know
are
he
you
said
saying?
that. It's one of the dumbest things you could possibly say.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't get it. And that's why I would, not just from a fan, I would love to see Jalen Brunson shove it up everyone's ass.
Everyone's.
Listen,
he just seems to be calm, cool, collected. He's playing unbelievable basketball.
But they got to close it out.
They do.
And listen, tonight,
the win on the road, game 1.
Great win.
That's so fucking hard to do, man.
So let's talk about this, and then we'll segue over to the NHL, which was, by the way, a great game last night.
Great game last night.
Spurs were minus 5.5, 4.5, 5.5 in game 1. Knicks obviously went outright. Total was never in doubt. That game was always going to stay below the number, which I believe.
I gave out the under. I think it was 216.5.
It started at 218.5, started coming down.
Told my buddy, I'm like, the only thing is the under's a lock. He goes, are you crazy? They score 130. I'm like, yeah, now
9 days off.
No, it's a lock.
Yeah. So now the line is up to Spurs minus 6.5. So let's speak about that. And again, if you're listening to this podcast while the game is going on or tomorrow on Saturday, much apologies. We're doing this at
I can't believe that line is
2:24 Eastern time on Friday, right? So 6.5. So let's look at that. So if you take all of April, all of May, and obviously, this first game here in June, right? the Knicks have won. They've lost 2 games by a point. They lost their last game of the regular season against Charlotte when they played no one. They all sat out. All their starters sat out for the most part, right? So you're talking about a span right now, I believe 20, 21 games, where they've lost 2 games where they've all played, I don't count the Charlotte game, by 1 point each, right? Wow. You're giving them 6.5 tonight. You're also giving a team that has just won 7 straight road games by double digits, which had never been done in NBA history before. Ever. You're giving that team 6.5. So someone's going to be completely right or completely wrong, right? Because
that's a head scratcher, is it not?
That is an odd line. We looked at it. I got here at 5:30 this morning. I'm looking at the line. I'm like, what on earth? What on earth? And now the total right around 215. Right, so they lowered that a little. I believe that obviously we all know, not saying anything different here, we know the Spurs are desperate tonight.
They are.
And I want to make this clear, not saying it as a fan. You and I are very good at keeping our biases out of this. We keep our emotions out of it. Here's the truth. I'm watching the fourth quarter the other night. The only guy on San Antonio that scared me was Wembanyama. He was the only one.
Yeah, they don't have much behind
Now, they
them.
took Harper out. Why, I don't know.
Castle, Vassell.
I did not fear another player.
Me neither.
On the Knicks, Jalen Brunson's a closer. OG hit 2 or 3 threes in the fourth quarter.
Like, wow.
Cat can beat you. Mikal Bridges had a couple big plays. Josh Hart had a bunch of big rebounds. And I'm just looking at the Knicks, and I'm like, right now, everyone on the court can score for the Knicks. Now, Jalen Brunson's going to take the ball.
He is.
Right? I'm looking at the Spurs, and I'm like, only Wembanyama scares me right now. Not one other player on this team scares me in the fourth quarter.
I mean, the only one that really I see having any kind of a game was, I think you say, Vassell.
Well, you had couple threes. I think kid made 5 threes in the first half.
Yes.
Champagne, something like that. Champagne? Champagne, something like that.
I can't say his name, so I know I'll get it wrong.
And listen, the Spurs, great basketball team. You don't win 60, 62, whatever games they won in the West. You're a great basketball team. And by no means are we saying the Knicks are going to walk through this series. We are not saying that. All I'm saying is, when I was watching that fourth quarter the other night, if it wasn't Wembanyama, I didn't believe anyone else could beat me.
I still don't understand the point spread of 6.5.
So it's odd.
And they bring the number on the total down.
And then, and we gave this out. So here's what we did. And if you're a bunch of customers, you know this, right? The Knicks to start the series, I believe it started at plus 173, got as low as plus 160.
Right.
We had a lot of people bet the Knicks.
Yeah,
we had a lot of people bet the Knicks in the series.
Yes.
Right. So, and we mentioned this a couple weeks ago with series bets, and if you think a team is going to win, you could hedge out. So, if you put 1,000 on the Knicks at, let's say, plus 170,
sure,
$700. Well, the Knicks are favored right now in the series. The Knicks are minus 127. The Spurs are plus 107. So you can come back with 1,000 on the Spurs at plus 107. You have a free bet. You're either going to break even, make a couple bucks, or you're going to win $700.
Correct.
No risk.
None.
That's what we talk about in our particular business.
That's a hedge.
Yes.
I mean, you always want to put yourself in the best position, right? And we did give out the Knicks. I gave out the Knicks as a series bet. I tell you, I wouldn't hedge it right now. I really wouldn't, unless you really want to guarantee it, because it's such a small amount that you're going to make. Obviously,
yeah, but it's risk-free, though.
It is risk-free, but you got such a good shot. I mean, I believe that
the Knicks lose tonight, you lost your opportunity.
You may as well do it tonight, and then you can get rid of it if you want to, right?
The Knicks lose tonight, you lose the opportunity, because now the line's going to go back up to Spurs minus 150. So you lose the opportunity to make it risk-free.
And you and I spoke about this even during football, because I know that we had a lot of tough games in college this year where we were up big, didn't sell,
could have bought out.
Yep. And I've never been a big believer in the buyout, because I feel like if you buy out, let's say even half the time, well, now you got to win twice as much, because you're taking half the money off the table.
But if you lose one of those games you're not supposed to lose,
it's a change.
You put 10,000 on a game.
That's why the number's got to be 75, 80%, and you should not do it every time.
So I disagree, but you handle the money more than I do. My number would be 60%. 60% out, I go.
Every time they're up 60%,
if I'm up,
you're out.
Yeah, because...
So now, then the big question is, are you getting out on the downside?
No.
So if they're losing and you can get back 40% of your money.
I stay with it. I stay with it.
That's bad strategy. You got to do it both ways.
I don't think so, because if you pick
now you're
a game,
only winning. You're giving up 40% of your wins. You're only getting 60% of your wins.
I get that,
but you're losing 100%.
I understand that. But if we did that more last year, everyone would have made money. The comebacks that happened in college football, especially,
I'm not disagreeing with you, but
is
that the way the seasons are going to be from now on?
So I did it. Very particular game I did it with was Oregon playing at Northwestern.
I remember that game.
Oregon does not cover. You know, I had a very good.
That was up 17. I believe.
No, they were up 34.
Oh, that's okay.
They were up 34, and I got out with 68% of my money.
What's the one that we were up 7? We were up 3 games. 17 was like the number.
Oh no, we were up way more than 3 games. 17. The game we didn't do it on was Texas and Vanderbilt.
Okay,
that's the game we didn't do it on. But I did it personally on Oregon and Northwestern, and Oregon doesn't cover the game, so I would have lost 10 grand, right? Instead, I won back 6,800. That's a $16,800 swing.
Sure.
So that's much different, right? If I believe a team is going to win, let's say you're on Oregon against anyone -7, and let's say they're down 7, and it's a 60-40 buyout. Well, if you thought Oregon was going to cover -7, you know, why are you so scared if they're down 7? You know what I'm saying? What we're doing is we're protecting against the backdoor cover.
Problem is if you do it on every game, if you pull out on every game that as soon as you hit 60%, because every win is going to get to 60% buyout at some point. Not the ones that you saved your ass. Those are the ones that you can say, okay, that really changes the spreadsheet.
Well, you have to look at the
most of the time when you buy out, the large majority of the time, you're still going to win that game.
Yeah, I mean, but when you lose, you're
leaving all that money on the table.
Listen, they give it. Look, we talk about this, right? When you're betting,
I think it has to be situational.
Okay, when you're betting, the house has basically every advantage.
Of course they do.
The only time in sports betting, and I'll have this argument with anyone out there, whether you're in my industry or not, I have this argument. The only time in sports wagering where the house does not have an advantage is if you bet one game a year for $10,000. It doesn't matter what that game is, right? Now, the only advantage they have is if you lose, you're losing $11,000 and you're winning back 10. True. But that's 50-50.
I was just going to say no juice.
It's 50-50.
The only way.
That's it. Once you bet 2 games for the same amount, now they have 2 chances to make $1,000.
Correct.
You got to go 2-0 to make money or 1-0-1, right? They just got to go 1-1 to make money.
Correct.
So you're just trying to put the math a little bit in your favor to the best of your ability. And this is why we talk about these parlays. Guys bet a 3-team parlay. Let's just say it's all -110. The true odds on that are 8-1.
Sure.
They pay you 6-1.
Promise, you're going to have a lot of situations where you're an underdog. Let's say you're +7 in a football game and they score the first touchdown. You're going to be off at 60% of your money in the first quarter.
Take it.
You're out.
Guaranteed money. Guaranteed money, man. So we say this all the time, and our customers out there listening might scratch their head at this, but we believe in it. Our job isn't to win.
No, it's to make money.
Right. I want you guys to understand that. Our job is to make you guys make money.
Yep.
That's all we care about.
It's true.
How we do it, we don't care. That's all we're trying to do. We're sitting down. I mean, Saturday morning, we get here at 5:30, 6 o'clock.
5:30 in the morning.
I mean, the research that's going on, the hard work that we put in.
That's not included what we did the night before.
Absolutely. My wife gets some of the group texts that start going off at like 1:30 in the morning.
Me and Mike, she's been with me 30 years, and still, every year, it's like, what? Why do you have to stay? It's like, how do you not know this after 30 years? You know what it is? There's that break in the summer where they get to have some of our time, right?
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, it's like, hey, back to football. And it's like, the family, sorry, I love you, but you don't exist right now. I'm way too tied up. So, got too many clients. We got too much going on.
My joke to my wife, she knows this. Right around the middle of August, I've said it to her for 25 years. See you in April.
See you in April.
See you in April. I don't want to hear about Thanksgiving. I don't want to hear about Christmas. I'll give you Christmas Eve. Eve.
We are opposite on that. I know you're like, I like Thanksgiving. I like the family coming over, and I know you don't.
I am enjoying the Knicks, though. I got my niece and her boyfriend. They come to my house every night with their son to watch the Knicks game. I love it.
So there is someone you like.
My niece's boyfriend is a good kid.
Okay.
Right.
It's nice to hear he's human.
He is. He's a good kid,
I'm talking
too.
about you.
Oh.
You're human.
Man, I don't
your human is showing.
I don't hate everyone.
Just almost everyone.
Just almost everyone. Just can't stand, man, people. So Knicks, San Antonio, game 2 tonight. Spurs 6.5. Again, I'm not going to give you a prediction on it because by the time you see this podcast, game will be over anyway. But I do think the Knicks are going to win the series.
Sure.
I do think they're going to win it at minus 125 right now. So, take it at you as you will.
Tough saying those words. I think the Knicks are going to win.
I'm just like... Don't want the Knicks fans. You know what I've done. You know what I've done. I just walk around. Don't say anything too much. Just move out of the way. Before we get going, I thought the NHL had a great game last night.
Both games. Game 1 was a great game. Game 2 was a great game. Listen, I told everyone last night there's no way Carolina goes down 0-2, especially at home. And then I'm watching it with my wife, and they're down 3-0.
2-0. They were down 2-0 in that game. Yeah,
and I'm like, we ain't got a shot in this.
And then they scored 3 in the third. And by the way, they're down 2-0 with 10 minutes to go in the game. A little bit. They scored 3 goals.
Go up 3-2. And
Vegas scores late.
Before they could even celebrate, Vegas scores.
Yeah.
They took Hart out of the net within, 12 seconds of having him out of the net. They put pressure on, scored another goal, tied it up. Carolina gets the win in overtime. But I mean, Vegas is playing. Listen, I watched that team live before Tortorella was there. I thought they were slow. I thought the goaltending sucked. There was so much detriment to that. And now I'm watching. It's like a different team.
Tortorella's a good coach, man.
He's fantastic.
He's a good coach.
And he's really riding the momentum.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
They're still slow. Okay. They're huge, though. I mean, Vegas is a very big team. They hit harder. They hit more. But they're slow, and Carolina needs to take advantage of that. And so Carolina's deeper. They're suffocating. They're faster.
So Carolina minus 135 to win the series?
I still like Carolina to win the series. But again, you got so much more experience on Vegas. It's insane. But Carolina, they have gotten the monkey off their back again, and I really... Listen.
Hard to go against a hockey team. They've lost 2 games in the playoffs. Hard to go against a Vegas team that was just 5-0 against Colorado and Carolina, the 2 best teams in the league.
I know.
Listen, hockey is not my thing. Never liked the sport, to be honest with you, even though I had a son that
Vegas
played.
has the advantage right now, having obviously more home games.
Me personally, I would have leaned towards Vegas. I think they're like plus 110 right now. This man knows far more about hockey than I ever will. He watches it. I do not. I don't really care much about the sport, but last night was a good game.
It was.
Yeah,
and,
last night was a good game.
As long as Brenda Moore can get them doing what they need to, like they did in the third period, I think they're going to come. They got to steal a game. Obviously, one of the next 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, they got to win one on the road.
They have to steal one of these games.
Yeah, they got to. So. Yeah, if they come back down 3-1, that series is over.
Agreed.
And just like if the Knicks win tonight and the Knicks go up 2-0, I
would say that series.
I don't think the Spurs are gonna because Monday night,
and that's why that line's 6.5, right? I mean, like the home team going down 2-0 is pretty rare.
Listen, they could win tonight, not cover.
They could,
but that overall, what's gonna happen Monday night in New York is gonna be crazy.
I know you think it's gonna be like,
it's gonna be crazy. First of all, just go on StubHub. Look at the ticket prices.
Let me ask you a question. So we were talking about this. If the Knicks win,
yeah,
do they light New York City on fire?
Probably.
Yeah, I say no.
Probably.
We're not Philadelphia.
Oh, Philadelphia wasn't terrible.
Yes, it was.
I have a lot of friends in Philadelphia.
I don't
by the
give
way.
a shit.
He said it.
Philly ball bags. Okay.
No, man. No, I got my guys in Philly. Love you guys. I coached them. They're good dudes.
Listen, these guys. They love celebrating with cars on fire.
I always said if you could throw if there's one figure in life that should never be the victim of any assault, Santa Claus. We should all agree Santa Claus you don't fuck with. You leave Santa Claus alone. What are they throwing batteries at Santa Claus and snowballs? Philadelphia went after Santa Claus.
They don't care about no one. That's a bunch of Chris Hodges all packed up in one city.
There's a great scene in you ever see the movie Life? Eddie
yes,
Murphy
Eddie
and
Murphy
Marlo. They're sitting at the lunch table, and he's like, Santa Claus? Which one of you motherfuckers killed Santa Claus? He's like, it wasn't the Santa Claus. He was just wearing the hat, ringing the bell. Guys, hope you enjoy listening to the podcast. We were working on having former UFC champion Matt Serra on. We were supposed to have him on today. We just couldn't match up the schedule. Next week, UFC is doing the the White House on the lawn.
Yes,
Forget what that's called.
That's going to be cool.
That's going to be
That's
awesome.
gonna be
Man. It
really
looks
cool.
like a really good card. Also trying to line up Darryl Strawberry, just trying to work out the logistics of the timing and everything. Yeah, we'll get him on. And we got some big names lined up coming for the football season. So, guys, hope you enjoy listening to the Bet Big, Talk Loud podcast. My main man, close it out.
Come on, guys. We got another big Knicks game. We've got hockey. Let's go out there and make some money.
Have a great weekend, everyone.